I want to talk about this because it gets at goals and sort of goals from what he first announced versus where he is now. Penny, what did you hear and how he talked about this?
Well, you know, the American people are terrified of the idea of Iran having a nuke. And Chris Wright told us that they were about weeks away from actually having that. We hate war, but you know what we hate worse is not having a decisive victory. And so I think the president, what he's saying now goes exactly to what the American people want to hear. We want to know that we are actually standing in the gap and making sure that we are not going to be abused and traumatized by the Iranian patriarchy that it takes women, holds them captive, does marriages as a 9-year-old. I mean, it is a traumatic, abusive regime.
But can I underline the word you just said, decisive? I think that's really important, especially when you hear the Republican voices that are speaking out. Senator James Lankford, we're all going to have questions. No one's even seen it. This is a thing we're talking about. People want to see specifics. We haven't seen the details. Lindsey Graham, who was very much a cheerleader in this process for the reasons you talked about, now saying the way Iran describes it is awful. The way we describe it makes sense to me. Let's look at it and see what it is. And then finally, a person who was doing the sort of X/Twitter combat for him, Mark Levin, was saying, I have asked for days, why can't we, the people, see the MOU, not through an anonymous person? I've never seen anything like this. If it is a great outcome for peace, then release it.
I mean, I'm looking at the cover of the New York Post, and it's Trump's mystery deal.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's so many questions about this going into this. I mean, we're only on Tuesday, and we're talking about we might not get details until Friday. I mean, there's.
But are there also questions because people are losing faith?
Yeah, I think there's skepticism. I mean, we have from the start of this war the president saying it'll get done in a couple of weeks. It'll get done in a couple of weeks. Oh, we have a victory. I mean, we've been, by the president's standard, by what's coming out of the White House, we've been very close for a very long time, since day one of this. So I think there is an open question of really how close are we? And when we're talking about this memorandum, when we're talking about a framework here, there's still so much to be ironed out, so many of the technical details. So I think it is an open question for many people. Like, nobody wants to get overexcited about something that doesn't.
We're not at overexcited. Eric Erickson tweeting, Trump has surrendered to Iran. Those who kill Americans love this deal. I just want to.
No one's read it yet, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's read it.
Yeah, but then why aren't I reading those responses from Democrats?
There's a reason why this matters, because if under law, if the president gets a nuclear deal, he must submit it to Congress.
Yeah, we're going to show that on the screen while you're talking.
And so Congress says, we have a role in this, and you got to be transparent. Why are you hiding it?
Point.
So
that Congress is going to take a look at it.
Provided to Congress.
So just giving people an update, we have to hear about this deal beyond this memorandum, right? We actually have to see a draft of this thing. In 2015, there is a law passed specifically on Iran's nuclear stockpile, not on other random stockpiles, on Iran's, and it says that you've got to send it to Congress within 5 days. Congress gets 60 days to review, not coincidentally the 60-day amount of time that this deal could or could not go through. And you can't lift or waive sanctions while this review is happening. I noticed they call it a memorandum because if you do, it doesn't trigger the law.
Well, Adi, I had the pleasure of working on this when I was Deputy Assistant Secretary for Legislative Affairs to the House of Representatives during the Inara debates and the Iran nuclear deal. And I'll tell you, I remember many a day when Republicans in Congress would be screaming about the Obama administration hiding the deals, side deals, what is it that they're going to do, pallets of cash, all these sort of falsehoods. And then the big one, getting a legislation passed to require severe oversight. So now, like the law of unintended consequences. Now the Republicans have to eat their own and, frankly, respond in the exact same way they demanded President Obama, and they better hold President Trump to the same level of accountability.
Well, there's certainly a wing that is. I'm reading a lot of tweets that I have to double check the partisan affiliation because I'm surprised at how vicious they are.